Let's have a look at how ACPAC WMS improves the receiving process of the warehouse cycle. So if we look at our warehouse cycle diagram, we can see here that purchase orders are normally recorded in Sage ACPAC ERP. Once that purchase order has been posted, it will automatically flow down to ACPAC WMS. There will be no need for any user intervention. What I'm going to do is I'm going to post a purchase order in ACPAC. So I'm going to go down to Warehouse Management Systems. I'm going to select WMS PO Transactions, and I'm going to double click on the WMS Purchase Order Entry object. The usual purchase orders screen is going to appear here. Let me just drag it into appropriate position. There we go. And I'm going to create a PO for 3 items. I'm going to create a PO for 150 computer mice. I am going to create a PO for, let's say, 150 computer keyboards. And finally, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a PO for 200 computer CPUs. I'm going to post the purchase order like I normally do. And I can see that PO number 3 has been created. I won't bother printing out the purchase order at this point. I am going to go into the Web Dispatch screen. I'm going to log into Web Dispatch. And I can do a lot of things in this Web Dispatch screen. For example, I can view the number of orders that I have out in the system. I could look at the outstanding purchase orders I have in the system. So if I click on the receiving button, as I've just done, I can see how many purchase orders are currently outstanding. If I look at the all column, I can see that there is 1 PO outstanding. That PO has 3 detailed line items. This 3 that you see here is under the all column. So if I had multiple POs under the number of orders, I can see the total number of lines that exist on all POs. There is only 1 PO that currently exists in the system, so right now we only see just the 1 PO, and it does exist under the all tab. And I can see POs that were created using today's date, March 30th, 2006. I can further drill down onto this PO. So if I look at not received, I can see all of the POs that currently haven't been received. Normally I'll see the entire list here, but since I only have 1 PO that has not received, I only see that single PO. You'll notice that some of this information here is hyperlinked, so I can actually drill down onto that hyperlink. For example, if I wanted to see more details on PO number PO03, I can click on the hyperlink, and information on that purchase order is going to appear. I can see the vendor that PO is against, the vendor name, the due date, and the date the PO was created. If I look down here, I can see all of the items that exist on that PO. If I look at my first detailed line item, my item number is 01-00001, which is my computer mouse. I have ordered 150 computer mice from location number 1. Again, notice that this item number here is hyperlinked. It is furthermore possible for me to drill down on that item. So if I look at my computer mouse, I can see that currently in bin C1C1 I have 101 computer mice. I can see the appropriate pack size. If I look up here, I can see how many are currently on purchase order. There are 150 on PO. I can see the quantities that are unallocated. So there is quite a bit of information that this Web Dispatch screen is going to give back to you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to actually pretend to receive that PO. I'm actually going to receive that PO, but we're going to pretend that we have a handheld in front of us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to log into my handheld. The screen that you see here can be thought of as a virtual handheld. And I'm going to receive that PO. What I need to do is I have to click on to receiving. And this is going to be a regular receive, so I'm going to select 1 regular receiving. What I want to do at this point is I want to pick the purchase order whose items that I wish to receive. And again, that was PO03. So I'm going to scan that PO. It's asking me to confirm the PO. I can see that this PO is made against vendor number 1. The number of lines is 3. and the total number of units that exist in that PO are 500. Again, I have 150 computer mice, 150 computer keyboards, and I have 200 computer CPUs. It is possible for me to receive multiple POs at the same time. As a matter of fact, it is possible for multiple people to receive multiple, or even perhaps one PO at the same point in time. Right now, only one person is picking this PO. I'm ready to start receiving those items. I'm going to click on F2, and I can start receiving the items that exist on PO03. I'm going to key in the appropriate PAX number here. And finally, what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter the product number. So I'm going to start unloading the truck, or perhaps it's already been unloaded. All of the items might exist at a staging area. I'm going to key in the item numbers that I do wish to receive. So I'm going to scan in my computer mouse. It's asking me Q per P, how many items exist in one pack. One item exists in the pack, so I'm going to key in a value of 1. It's now asking me to specify the number of packs. So I'm receiving in 1 with a pack size of 1. I'm receiving a total of 150 packs. So there's going to be 150 packs. Each pack is going to contain 1 computer mouse. Number of overstock labels required, 0. Finally, it's asking me what bin I wish to put that computer mouse in. If I want, it is possible for me to predetermine in advance what bin the computer mouse should belong to. Right now, the computer mouse is not associated with any bins, so I'm not given that instruction. I'm going to move this computer mouse to bin A1A1. Bin A1A1 currently doesn't exist, so I'm going to state yes, I wish to add that computer mouse to that bin. It's now asking me how many packs do I want to put into this bin. I want to put all 150 computer mice into that bin. So I'm going to specify a value of 150 here. And it says that it is now complete. There are 2 other items that exist in that PO, and they are my computer keyboards. So again, I'm going to be asked the same information. Quantity per pack in this case is also going to be 1. Number of packs, there are 150 packs. Overstock labels required, 0. And I'm going to put this in bin, let's say for example A1, A2. Again, A1, A2 currently does not exist in the warehouse. This is a brand new warehouse. So I'm adding bins on the fly. I'm going to put 150 packs of computer keyboards into bin A1, A2. Finally, it's asking me to specify the final product number. Quantity per pack is going to be 1. These are my computer CPUs. I'm receiving in 200. And again, I don't need any overstock labels. And I'm going to receive this to bin A1, A3. And I'm receiving 200 computer CPUs to bin A1, A3. If I specify a product that doesn't exist, as you can see that I've just done, I'm going to get an error message stating that it's not on the PO. So again, ACPAC WMS does check the actual order. It's saying, hey, look, that item that you're trying to receive in right now is not on the actual PO. And we can deal with those items later on. So right now I'm still receiving items that exist on that PO. If I look at my receiving status, I'm going to log on here again as the appropriate user. If I click on receiving, I can see that the status of this item here, or the status of this PO, is currently being received. So I know what's going on in my warehouse. I know that that specific order is being received. If I was to click on that order, PO03 is currently being received. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my handheld, and I'm pretty much finished picking this order. This user has to say that, hey, I'm done picking this, or I'm done receiving all of the items that exist on that purchase order. I have to mark that PO as being complete. If I have a look at my web dispatch screen here now, it does say ready to upload. So once you've completed the order, it briefly goes into ready to upload status. Once the order has been uploaded, let me refresh the screen here. I'll click on receiving again. I don't see that order existing in WMS anymore. So that order has been uploaded into ACPAC. If I look at my ACPAC screen, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into purchase orders. Actually, I could use WMS systems if I want, but I'll go into purchase orders. I'm going to click on PO transactions, and I'm going to have a look at WMS receipt entry. I'm going to resize my WMS receipt entry box. What I want to do is look at my PO number. I'm going to look at PO number 3. If I look at PO 03, I can see my original PO here, and basically the values that I've specified for the quantity received for each of those items that existed in that PO do appear here. On the ACPAC side of things, it is not possible for you to change the values under the quantity received. And that's probably logical as well. The folks in the warehouse, we have to trust that they are at least somewhat accurate so that they keyed in the appropriate value of the items that are currently being received on that receipt. Once the items have been received by the warehouse staff, as you can see here, that receipt is entered into the receipt entry in ACPAC. So what I have to do here is I have to post the receipt. If I want, I have all PO functions, so if I want, I can also invoice my receipt if I wanted to. In this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply post my receipt. So my receipt has now been posted in the purchase orders program. Okay, let's go back to ACPAC Web Dispatch. We've looked at how to post a receipt. Let's have a look at how that affected the Web Dispatch and ACPAC WMS inventory. If I look at some reports, let's have a look at some of the reports here. There are a lot of reports that you can print out. Let's have a look at one of the inventory reports. Let's have, for example, a look at our computer mouse. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select product report, and I'm going to specify the appropriate product number, and I can see all of the computer mice that I have on the system. I did receive that computer mouse into a brand new bin called A1A1, and as you can see, I do have 150 computer mice in bin A1A1. I can see the last PO number that caused that inventory to go over there. It's in this column here. Again, notice how I have further drill down capabilities here. It is possible for me to drill down, for example, on the bin number. So again, if I wanted to see information about the bin, I can see its bin type. It could be dedicated, non-dedicated, carton bin. I can see information on that bin here. So that's how you perform a receipt using ACPAC WMS.